careful with that gap down here. We have not broken this higher low. We come back down, then we should get a pump. Bitcoin is slightly pumping back to the upside in anticipation of the CPI forecast and data release that is happening in less than 2 hours. I will show you exactly what to expect and why 99% of you most likely are going to lose money if you are not looking at the chart. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry that I did not make yesterday's video, but so much stuff came in between. I was about to make a video, then I had to take a phone call, and then unfortunately I could not make a video, but sometimes shit like this happens. So, but now let's talk about the DXY chart directly, because you can see here the DXY chart is ripping over the last couple of days, which is of course something that we don't want to see. Also this W pattern that we formed here has almost reached its target. So if I go here to the measurement, don't want to spend too much time on this here because I want to try to keep this video short again. See here, the neckline, yeah, 103.5 points would be the absolute target of this move, actually a little bit higher than that, 103.6. So here's the thing, if CPI comes out lower than expected or as low as expected, I expect to see a nice dump in the DXY to the downside to potentially 102 points, yeah, all the way down to 102 points. Then tomorrow maybe a small bounce after this move and then continuation to the downside, because the lower the inflation numbers, the weaker the dollar gets and the stronger all the risk on assets are going to perform. So here you can see the actual forecast for today is 2.3%. Previous last month was 2.5. If we come in at 2.2 or 2.1, expect a giga pump for Bitcoin. If we come in at 2.3, we will also see a nice pump. Yeah, if we come in lower than 2.3, we will really get a nice candle to the upside. If we come in higher than the forecast, then expect a little bit more downside. If you want to trade with me live the CPI data release, then you should join my Telegram channel, because there I will post a link after I publish this video for everybody to join me on Zoom, and there we are going to trade live all together, guys. So now let's talk about quick here about the Bitcoin chart. On the daily chart, yesterday we saw a nice, or also today, we saw a nice bounce of the $60,500 area, the underlying support that goes all the way down to $59,300 approximately, but got rejected from the $62,400 resistance. Today with CPI coming out, again, if the forecast is correct, then we should get a pump at least to around $63,000 here to the yellow dotted line. From there we have to then reassess the situation if we go straight through this and will be able to close the daily candle above that level for continuation to the upside, or if we get stuck somewhere in between. But even if we just reclaim $62,400 and get stuck between 62 and 63, this will be already tremendously bullish for Bitcoin for potential continuation over the next couple of days. Then also here on this daily chart with our market structure, we have not put in another lower low here on the chart. We have not broken this higher low. If we close today at current price level and tomorrow get a small move here to the upside, this might be the next higher low here on that chart, and we will keep then trajectory to break this higher high as long as we are putting in higher lows on the way up. On the correction chart, the super trend band was also not broken. We are still here in the green. We have not flipped this bearish again, so you can technically just assume that this was a retest of the super trend that is currently in an uptrend. And as long as we are now getting a move over the next 2-3 days out of this band here again, and start riding this above, consider this a really healthy retest that we have seen now over the last 48 hours. On the 12-hourly chart, also here on the VPVR, we can clearly see exactly what I mentioned to you guys. I said be careful with that gap down here. A worst case is that we come back down into the underlying bigger cluster, which will give us support, and from here we need to bounce, and that is exactly what we see right now. We bounce from here again, from that dotted line, $60,400. That was more or less a sniper limit order if you would have set one here, and now we only need to close at the current levels where we are sitting at $61,200 to break back into this gap here to reach $62,800 fairly fast, in my opinion. Also, when I look here on the stochastic RSI, we see here a small turnaround already. The selling pressure on the MACD is, how to say that again? Not delayed. Let's say the indicator is delayed. The right word slipped my mind. But the RSI is also already showing bullish momentum here. Because of this, as long as we are closing here in 40 minutes, the 12-hourly candle, in this bullish momentum, we should expect that we will reach at least $62,200-$400 with CPI in roughly in an hour. So you might be lucky to get this video just before CPI is coming out, and then we will have the Zoom call. Now, when we are looking at what is driving the current Bitcoin price action, still leverage driven here on the spot. We see small volume coming in, but it's still almost nothing. The funding rates here, they are not actually looking correct because we have slightly negative funding rates, which are favoring bullish momentum to the upside. But here again, we need to be careful. Look at this level here. We struggle every single time when we come up here to break this level, actually up here currently. So here at 94,000, there we are always struggling to break above that. We're really close to that. We're not far away. So we should be a little bit careful here in terms of what leverage is doing. And also if we get now here an increase in open interest and we start breaking above this and prices going crazy to the upside, then expect that we will also get, as fast as we went up, a flush back to the downside in terms of leverage, and that will of course then transpire into the Bitcoin price action to the downside. Here on the 4-hourly chart with the MDX algo gradient, scalp gradient, here price action has completely cooled down, is now ready also to reverse back to the upside. We had here a bullish pennant that did not pan out and broke below this. This could be still a fake out if now over the next 12 hours we come really quick back into this pennant here and start breaking to the upside over the next 48 hours. So a retest, in my opinion, with the CPI data report might be highly likely that we at least reach the upward sloping resistance line, or should now act as resistance, which was prior support, and from there we need to reassess. So that might be also the next trade that I'm going to take here from $61,400 to $62,400. So that is a scalp trade. I will use like 30x leverage on this or something, because I just want to make some quick money here in and out and not really hold this, because I'm going to do this in anticipation of CPI. Again, if you want to trade live with us, use the link in the description to join the Telegram channel, because there is where the action will be. Then also here on the reactor indicator from MDX algo, also here we see a turnaround. Also exactly what I mentioned, that when you see this happening, then most likely momentum is also going back to the upside, and that will reflect and also in the price action. And here the obvious target is this big supply zone of $64,000 to $62,600. And now you might also understand why the last time we got so heavily rejected here, because you see this is quite a big zone with a lot of volume sitting up here in terms of sell order. Again, guys, if you want to trade with me in Telegram and want to at the same time get a chance to win with us together the prize pool here of the World Series of Traders on Bybit, then join our team. We are now 80 people, guys. Thank you so much for that. I put out a message already in the Telegram channel, and we had never had 80 people in the squad. This is insane, guys. Thank you so much for that. So if you're not in the squad yet, you can still join, guys. You can still join. And from today onwards, the P&L counts, because it basically started today to count for everyone. So use the link in the description below if you want to join the squad. And if you don't have yet a Bybit account, then deposit at least $100 and open a Bybit account and claim your free $500 airdrop position on any of these coins, guys, here. And this will also count for the World Series of Traders if you do so. So take advantage of that while you can. You can just take $100 and leverage that to get $500. And now you trade with $500 instead of 100, and the profits are all yours. So use the link in the description below and in the pinned comment below. So now let's go to the liquidation levels. Over the last 24 hours, we have liquidated more or less all over-leveraged long positions that were sitting below us. Now we have only liquidity sitting above us, all the way up to $65,000 based here on this 4-hourly chart. Current price action is fighting with the 200 moving average here at $61,300. But I believe in the next hour or so, we're definitely going to break above that, and also here above the 50 and the EMA ribbon, bringing us back, like I said, to $62,400. That will be the initial move, in my opinion. And that's where I'm getting out. And then, we always wait like roughly 30 minutes, an hour to let everything calm down. And then we get the real move of CPI afterwards. So, and that's where I'm going to re-enter at that point in time. So, but you see here massively over leveraged positions, and in that CPI move, I can imagine that today they're all gonna get liquidated. That is also something that we find here on the liquidation heat map. The highest concentrated area that has built up over the last 24 hours with short positions is here $62,400. Again, that's why I believe this will be targeted with CPI today. And because we have so many sell orders here, expect an initial rejection from that before we get continuation. So just that you understand my train of thought, why I'm playing it the way that I'm going to play this. Then when we are going now into altcoins, here on a spaghetti chart, you see a lot of coins are outperforming Bitcoin today already. So here again, the white line here that is pinging, if I put my mouse away, there you see ping. Everything above is outperforming Bitcoin. Again, if you want this indicator, just go to TradingView. There you can find this indicator absolutely for free to find coins that are outperforming Bitcoin. And for example here, what is this here actually? Is this Joe? No, it's not Joey. So here, a lot of coins actually. That's how I get it. So you see Uni is outperforming everything. We're also going to talk about Uni here in a bit. And then also DYDX, CRV, NEO, Sushi, all good coins that you could have traded today. In terms of the Bitcoin dominance, so we are at least below 58% again, but with CPI data coming out, I expect a pump above the 58% level, potentially to 58.5, 59% before we're gonna roll over back to the downside. Again, if you want to trade altcoins, most of the altcoins I'm trading them on ZoomX currently. You still stand a chance twice per week to win $500. I'm gonna pull a winner tomorrow again for the first $500. So if you want to be one of them, deposit $100 when you open your account on ZoomX, and then you stand a chance to win $500 here. And you, of course, will always unlock up to $45,000 in new user rewards by signing up here on this exchange. So take advantage of that. Then let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum might be also a good trade for CPI, because I believe at least 2,500, 2,575 might be in the cards here, because on the 4-hourly chart, RSI printed a buy signal, stochastic RSI printed a buy signal. RSI is printing a bullish divergence. The MACD is losing momentum here because bulls are stepping in, pushing price higher. So don't be surprised when Bitcoin goes to 62,400 that Ethereum will move all the way back up here to like 2,520, 2,570, and most likely going to retest this downward sloping trend line. I still don't expect this trend line to break, but it is cooking, guys. It is definitely cooking, because look at this. Look at this here. We are for such a long time now below this, and we're going to get a move like this here really soon for Ethereum. It is a question of time. It's not a question of if or it's not an if question. It's a when question. So because we have here also again a small, look at this here. So here's also on the daily is a small bullish divergence that has not played out yet. That bullish divergence will at least bring us to $2,600 once it's playing out. And the MACD is also getting ready to flip bullish here again, potentially in 3 days. The stochastic RSI also about to print a buy signal with today's candle close if we move a little bit higher than we are currently sitting at. Then Solana is trying to break back into the $140 level. Here on the daily chart, momentum also shifting back to the upside based on the RSI. The stochastic RSI also will print a buy signal by tomorrow or after tomorrow. When I go into a lower time frame, for example, 12 hourly, just want to have a look at something here. So the 4 hourly chart. So here you can also see we have currently bullish momentum, but lose this trend line and this will change. So you see also here is a potential symmetrical triangle forming on Solana. If we can close this 4 hourly candle as it is expected, we get continuation to the upside to at least $144, which is not an insane move from current price action. So if you look at this 144, it's like a 3% move. But again, for a scalp, that's absolutely fine, So and that's what I'm looking at for CPI currently, for these fast scalp trades where I make quick money, quick in and out. But also current levels are really good for a mid to long term position into $157, $166 in my opinion. So as long as we close the current 4 hourly candle as it is, I would consider entering this and trade this into the $157, $166 level. And then I have also partnered up with a new exchange, BTCC, amazing exchange. I met these guys in Singapore. That will be one of our exclusive partners in the Telegram group. So if you want to trade with us in Telegram together, you need to have an account there, and you can unlock up to $10,000 in welcome bonuses on this exchange. And I don't want to say something wrong, but I think you also don't need any KYC on this platform. I'm not sure. Maybe you do, maybe you don't have to. I will gonna check that after the video. But sign up there, guys. Also amazing platform. The live trades that I'm going to do in an hour from now will actually happen on BTCC. So get an account there to trade with me together. Then let's talk about altcoins really quick. Rune bounced off the 200 moving average. Also really healthy sign. I'm looking at Rune for one of the trades later. We are coming closer to the original entry level of this trade setup. Remember why I told you now that you should have a stop loss, because I was expecting that we potentially come back down here and a little bit lower to the 200 moving average. So if you would have listened to me, you could have gotten a sniper entry here. The indicators are looking extremely bullish. Stochastic printed a buy signal, RSI going up, MACD losing momentum on the 4 hourly chart. So this thing is going to pump, in my opinion, here in over the next 12 hours really hard to potentially back to $5.21. So if you want to get in, you can either get in now with a stop loss below the 200 moving average, or you wait for the original entry and take this original trade setup. I just want to click on that you can actually see it here. $6 was the highest target with a $4.43 stop loss on it. Then the next one is Telegram. Some of you guys, I saw that in Telegram in our chat, said that was a nice sniper entry. Here we only need to be a little bit more patient. Look how overextended we are on stochastic RSI in terms of being oversold, and also the MACD is about to flip bullish here. Potentially by tomorrow we're gonna get a Morningstar pattern. If we close the current candle as it is, it could also happen with CPI that we are getting a small move here to the upside, but I would rather have the current candle as it is and tomorrow get a nice pump to at least the 50 moving average here. So the 50 moving average will be the next target once we are establishing a move here to the upside. The RSI is also ready to turn around, as you can see here. And as soon as we are above 50% on the RSI, we should start flying on Telegram. Uni, like I mentioned earlier, Uni is already flying because of the golden cross that's about to happen here really soon. I mentioned that a couple of days ago. So this is most likely happening as early, or by the latest, first week of November. It can happen faster. If Uni now breaks above the 200 moving average and starts flying into $9-10, then this will curve up like this and then we might get it in the next 10 to 14 days, in my opinion. But I also want to warn you, every time when we get a golden cross that way, price action is massively above the 50 moving average, and we always come back to the 50 moving average shortly after we get the golden cross, or a couple days later. So be prepared for that. So wherever the 50 moving average is at that golden cross, 2-3 days later, that might be the level where we come back to, or close to it. So I would be a little bit careful once we are getting this, guys. And also on the daily chart, the indicators, we still have momentum left here to go higher. So we are definitely bullish here. But you can see the 200 is giving us currently a little bit of resistance. I would not enter this currently. If you want to trade this, enter above the 200 moving average, or if we, for some weird reason, get a pullback to the 50 to $6.68, then you want to enter this here and not anywhere else. And then let's talk about Render. Render sniper entry, as you can see here from the original trade setup. So if you missed it originally and you would have had your limit orders down here, you would have gotten an amazing entry. You would be up now 3%, more or less on, a little bit more than 3% actually on this trade. It is not too late to enter this, but wait for the break of this downward sloping trend line here. I would wait for this at $5.20, so 3 cents, 0.5%. But here the momentum is definitely bullish. We are getting here in 23 minutes a buy signal on the MACD. The RSI is in a sharp angle pointing to the upside. The same with the stochastic RSI. So here definitely momentum is back in Render, and that can bring us really quick back to $5.83, $5.90. That is the target. The first target on this trade setup for me. Like I said, if you enter this a little bit too late, you still look at 12.5% profit, and you're gonna see here from the original entry you did not miss too much. You are about to miss 3%, which is not that bad, guys. And that's it already for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell, and I see you hopefully after CPI with more money tomorrow.